There we go. All right. What's going on, everybody? Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. We had a great session last night. Late night trading session. I kind of like that title better. Late night trading session rather than Globex prep. We can call it whatever we want, right? Um, because it was more like a late night trading session. Both of the trades that we placed last night, um, price did not pull back far enough to hit our entry, but the logic did work, right? So here's our zone from that we built last night, um, and it never pulled back to our zone. Okay, that's what happened here. If we go over to that 15-minute chart here, put that TrendCloud signal on. You can see right here, we were looking at those supply zones. So essentially, the trade worked, right? It didn't pull back to our entry. That would have been awesome. Hey, Graham, how's it going? Good morning, buddy. So Graham, the trade from last night, that we placed, everything worked. It just didn't pull back far enough to our entry point, right? We said, well, here's that demand zone cycling up. Momentum is up on the highest time frame. Momentum was up on the middle time frame, right? CCI was above positive 100. Now it's above positive 200. And we're ripping through this supply zone. So last night we were like here, right? We were looking at this thing. We had the crossover, and I believe we were somewhere in here, right? Around 9 o'clock. And what happened? Pulled back into the trend cloud and then took off, right? So in this particular case, we were right here, right? 2100 hours, that's 9 p.m., right? Made another little move up, pulled all the way back into that trend cloud, and then took off. Market's looking stronger after a 3-day sell-off. Yep, absolutely. Could be, right? Yeah, we're not really sure why, but it definitely could be, right? Absolutely. There's a million reasons why. We'll never know. We'll never know. All we know is what we see. So we ripped through that zone. Very good. That's what we want. That's what we wanted. And now our new, oh my goodness. All right. So the very next supply zone area, I'm going to draw it out like this. At those basing candles there. Don't have to get too fancy, but we're almost there. We're almost at that second supply zone area. %69 of the ATR. Let's take a look at that 15-minute chart. Okay. ADR checkpoints inside of the Globex area, inside of the pre-market, heading to the upside. There's the 15-minute. Right here, that's the 15-minute demand zone. Heading towards that supply zone, that ADR checkpoint. we'll see. We'll see what the opening range brings us. That's good news. Look at that. We have got a level of support here, right? We've got a level of support. What is that level? Previous day's high, and all the way back down here, previous day's close. Previous day's high, previous day's close. Okay. And there's that first ADR checkpoint. So on the 4-hour chart, you know, which one is it going to be? 4-hour chart, which, you know, which zone? We ripped through this one, right? This drop, base drop. That's pretty powerful. We might get some kind of, a boost from breaking through this zone here. Let's make that gray. Take it from the top to here. Let's make it gray. Okay. And that's what we ripped through. ADR checkpoints. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Got that level of resistance inside this supply zone. If we get a lot of positive news, it's very possible that we get this break of structure here. Get a major break of structure with all that positive news that's out there. Trend breaking above, right? Breaking above TrendCloud. Candles are still red, which means we could get a deep pullback. But full trend reversal on that middle time frame with a ton of momentum. So I think, you know, if we're going to take a risk on something, it's going to be to the upside. Right? If we take a risk on something, it will be to the upside. And as you know, we look for 75% on that ADR. I mean, on the Globex trap, right? So, you know, the Globex still has room to run. Hey, Frank, good morning. Good to see you. We still have room to run. So, you know, last night when we put this together in our late night trading session, everything that we said was going to happen happened. It all worked. Everything worked. Price just didn't pull back far enough into our demand zone, but the overall information, and you can go back and watch the previous session, the overall information was correct. Now that's pretty cool. That's the main takeaway here. It's okay that we, you know, during the middle of the night, price didn't pull back all the way to our, you know, to our zone. That's fine. The information and the setup was correct. The information and the setup was correct. And that's the main thing. All right, let's see. It is 9:10. Let's take a look at crude oil. Let's take a look at the open on crude oil. Look at that, guys. 1 hour chart. Crude oil, $85 a barrel, okay? $85 a barrel. Extended trend, pulls back, recalculated. So we have recalculated our extended trend on the 1 hour time frame. Okay. This candle right here, this candle, all closed below the 50. See that? Closed below the 50. That means we're starting from 1 again. Where are we at here on the 4-hour chart? 4-hour chart is in an uptrend, but we are in a corrective phase, right? We're in a corrective phase. We're at the bottom of a cycle, and we do have a hook up on K, right? So see how right here, bottom of the cycle, here's the hook up on K, and then what happened? Big move up. Let's find another one. This here kind of hovered around, right? We kind of hovered around the bottom of the cycle, multiple crossovers, and just pretty much went sideways. Then we had this deep pullback, the hook up on K, and boom. Let's take a look at another one. Same, let's see, right here, right? Bottom of the cycle, hook up on K, pulls back, right? Pulls back a little bit right here. Here's the hook up, pulls back again, and then makes the move up. Comes down, hook up on K, makes the move up, and then kind of stays up here in that big move. Okay, so just understanding these, what these cycles here look, what these cycles here look like is important. Okay. Important to know what these cycles look like. Study the cycles. Study those cycles. Make sure you know what those look like, because there are patterns inside of these cycles that you will want to wait for, right? So here, right, spent a lot of time, right? It spent a lot of time above that zero area, above that 50. Pulling back into the trend cloud. What's the next move, right? Pulls back into trend cloud, makes another move up. That's what we're waiting for. What's it going to look like? Well, we might get something that looks like this. Down, you get the hook up, and then the big move up. Okay. $9.14. We should have the, let's see, let's go to the 5-minute chart. There's the opening range. We're in this very strong uptrend, okay? 5-minute opening range. We're starting to break out. Let's get rid of this. Starting to break out. Downward momentum, right? So we're breaking out to the upside with downward momentum, but we're in an uptrend. So we have mixed signals there. Crude futures breaking out. Energy sector scores record high. All right, so we have some positive news. We've got some positive news on the opening range. Positive news on the opening range here. The fact still remains that we've got negative or downward momentum. Momentum is down on both time frames. And we're still in that corrective phase. So, your guess is as good as mine. I don't have any data on what is going to happen here. I don't see an edge. I don't see an edge. All right. I don't see an edge. Now, if we break out to the downside, if we do break out to the downside here, we've got momentum on our side in this corrective phase. Where is this corrective phase going to end? Possibly here. Right, we've got a rally base rally right here. Look how far down that is. So if anything, we've got more room to run here, down here. But we're already inside of that high time frame trend cloud, right? We're already inside this area. So maybe we want to break to the downside and sort of hang out in this area. Then we start to see a turnaround, right? TQQQ. 75% in 6 months. Wow, that's a good investment. Up 75% in just 6 months. That's an ETF, huh? That's an ETF. Let's see. That would be under funds, I guess. Pro shares, Ultra Pro QQQ. Let's take a look. Daily. How about weekly? Wow. Yeah, look at that. Look at this. All this consolidation here, right? This is all the way back since 2018. Weekly chart, 2018, consolidation, little false breakout. Look at this breakout here. Got this breakout. Everybody was super happy, and then whoosh, came back down, retested the low, never broke below. And then as soon as we broke this high on the false breakout, it was off to the races. You got to study this stuff. Consolidation, false breakout, retest, break of structure. Consolidation, breakout, retest, break of structure. And then look how it found support at the breakout level. Kind of like once, twice, 3 times, and then it went. Kind of did the same thing here, right? Pulls back, retest, breakout. Breakout right there. Pulls back, breakout right there. Didn't quite pull all the way back to this rally-based rally, but it trends very nicely. Yes, the QQQ, NASDAQ QQQ. Oh, that's interesting. COVID, yep. Here's the big sell-off right back down to here. October 2022. Came back, retested that area. My goodness. You think that was planned? you think they you know, these are very, very valuable lessons to learn. These are very valuable lessons to learn because this is a major ETF, right? Even if we go look at the QQQ, right? Invesco. Right? This looks stronger actually. Triple Q looks, yeah. So triple Q, that's interesting. The TQQQ was a little bit more, had a little bit more swing, right? This didn't, the regular Q didn't, right here. Okay. Didn't pull back all the way. Break of structure, pulls back. There's that little W, break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. How many waves did we get out of this? Let's see. Oh, look at that. Wouldn't you know it? Look at these TrendCloud signals on the triple Q that actually, on the weekly chart there. It trends very nicely. I mean, that's a very clean trend. That's a very clean trend. Yeah, I think tech will remain strong as well. I think tech will remain strong as well. I mean, it has to, right? It's tech. So even on the way down, right? And then here we are on the way up. Here's that. So if you're going to invest, right? We don't short the tech stocks, right? We look for investment opportunities. Nothing wrong with keeping that on the weekly chart and looking at it that way. 2 or more chart. Yeah, I know you can. I think you just hit compare right here. Compare, add symbol TQQQ. And there you go. All right. TQQQ in the orange. So here's what messes me up, Graham. So we're comparing this, right? So it looks like when we look at it like this, it looks like they're saying TQQQ outperforms the triple Q, right? But when you move this, oh, I guess not really. If we Oh, look at that. Okay. So if we go back, right, the TQQQ has been outperforming. Let's get rid of TrendCloud here. TQQQ is actually outperforming the triple Q. Do you see that? And then as you move this, really outperformed. See, but when you move the chart, that's what I don't understand. When you move the chart, see, now it's showing the QQQ outperforming the TQQQ. But if you just move the chart back this way a little bit, it's the opposite. So I don't really understand what's going on there. Maybe if we remove the drawings. I think you have to look at it stationary. So I just... See, right now it's showing TQQQ outperforming. But if you move the chart around too much, it messes it up. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. That I am not sure. All I know is when we recalculate, I would assume we would have to go with this. Adjust data for dividends. Not sure about that. But, you know, if we keep it like this, then we could see, you know, that's surprising. So the power shares there, whatever that's called, pro shares, ultra, QQQ. Either one, it's a really good, the QQQ is really good for, it's a great ETF. You just put your money into. Okay. Micro gold. Oh my goodness. The micro gold off the charts. Look at all these trend cloud signals back here on that 4-hour chart. Okay. Opening range. 15-minute. Very strange. So we've got this very strong uptrend. Gold new ATH. Very strong uptrend on that 4-hour chart. But look what we've got here. Look at your momentum filter. Look at that momentum filter. Cycling down, right? Cycling down. Bearish divergence right here. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you don't want to short. You definitely don't want to short. Very strong uptrend right here. That deep pullback, that deep pullback, we need to recalculate somewhere here, and that is inside, right? That's inside of this zone. Draw that out. 4-hour trend cloud, right? That's where we want to pull back into. And there you go right there. Let's make that a different color green. So we could pull back into this area here. ADR checkpoints, and there you go. And there it is. Okay. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So if we do pull back, we've got an ADR checkpoint here. That would be a breakout to the downside. We would have, let's see, here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe we hit like the 5th. It's possible that we could hit a 5th or 6th wave on the 15-minute chart. Then this trend would be extended, in which case we could rejoin the uptrend, right? It's all about the context of the trade. And this bearish momentum here could be showing us, it doesn't have to mean trend reversal. It could just mean, a major pullback. When we pull back into this area, we still won't have momentum on our side, will we? Because of this situation, right? I think a lot of people will be buying the dips on gold. And if you want to be aggressive, you could just buy right here, right? You can start buying gold up right here. You won't have momentum on your side though, right? What's the more conservative entry? Go down to that 15-minute chart. And we're going to look for this. Breaks below, right? Maybe retest. Hits that ADR. And then we see, here's your low. Here's your higher low. There's your break of structure, right? Now start buying. When you see this pattern, right? When you see this pattern right here, you'll probably end up having momentum on your side here. It will look like this. You will regain momentum. This will have come down here and start to hook up, and we'll have a green bar on our momentum filter. And that's really good to draw that scenario out, right? This is a structural pattern taking place inside of the larger time frame, the highest time frame trend cloud. You've got a 1-hour demand zone, a level of imbalance, and you've got this structural pattern here, right? Kind of looks like an N, right? Like that. Sometimes it's closer together. get a little retest here, and then the move up. The more conservative entry. As this is forming, you can see TrendCloud, right? Your TrendCloud indicators will start telling you and giving you information. Maybe the momentum filter starts flashing a green bar. You start to get the hook up on K on the cycle indicator. Right? Then you start to see a small break above positive 100 as this is forming. Then you know you're on the right track. That's exactly what TrendCloud is designed for. So TrendCloud is designed to give you early warning signals. It's designed to give you early warning signals as to what pattern is taking place. Is it a a strong upward pattern that you can rejoin and get in on? It's going to give you pattern recognition. It's going to give you opportunities, signals. Hey, take a look at this. We're forming, a reversal pattern. We're starting to form a reversal pattern. Okay, we've got the structure. Do we have the trend? Well, we're getting there. We've got momentum first, right? Momentum is your leading indicator. We've got momentum first, and you'll see it. You'll see it creeping towards that positive 100 line. And as it breaks through, you can start looking to rejoin that uptrend. You have to know how the pieces work before you can put them together, right? You've got to know how each piece works before you can put it together across multiple time frames. All right. And when you do that, you're able to make money with this thing. Okay. Remember, any kind of trading system that you use, especially a discretionary trading system, you have to know how it works in order to make money with it. A lot of people want to avoid that. So they buy like a $10,000 or $25,000 automated system that just runs on its own. And the people that are selling that type of a system, and look, I mean, there's a market for it. I'm just not comfortable with that. If I don't know how it works, then you're still in the dark. So don't fool yourself about these automated trading systems, these mechanical trading systems, I should say, where you just turn it on and let it go. I think they're good. I'm not saying they're terrible. I'm saying that you should know what's going on in the process of this mechanical system. So, to fully automate TrendCloud, which, we're going to do, we're going to fully automate it. You would still, I would still, as a trading coach, I would still make sure everybody that owned it knew what was going on and why it was doing what it was doing. It doesn't make sense to avoid that altogether. If you want to avoid that altogether, then just go buy the triple Q and leave it alone. Buy some solid ETFs and just keep investing your money in those ETFs. And do that mechanically, but to just turn on an automated system and let it go. And there's a couple of trading companies out there now. There's Minotaur Trading, there's Blue Edge Financial, and there's NURP, NURP. You know, these guys, they're making some pretty major, you know, accusations. I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm sure there's a place for it. But if you don't know how it's working, and they're not teaching you how it's working, they're just saying, I always hear them say something like, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You just turn it on. And one guy is like, yeah, my mom has no idea how to trade it, but she just turns it on and lets it run. And, you know, that's it. And I'm just like shaking my head. I'm like, oh no, now that's going a bit too far. When you bring mom into it, like even my mother can do it, you know, it's like, whoa, that's some used car salesman shit right there. Okay. That is some used car salesman tactics right there. Even your mother can do it. You know, it's like, no, and no. So, you know, be transparent with me. You know, if you're not genuine with people, you're going to lose my business. At least I should say, if you're not genuine with me, you're going to lose my business. What's this, Graham? Gold back in January. Chat about gold. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure, man. I would have to go. I'm not sure what episode that was, Graham. I'm not sure what episode of TrendCloud Trading we talked about that, but that's a good point. Graham is saying like, hey, can we go back to one of the later episodes and find that conversation where we talked about that? Would be awesome. That would be awesome. So moving forward, what I'll do, Graham, is whatever we talk about, I'll make some notes, and hopefully in the notes we could you know, scroll back and look, oh, we talked about gold reaching, you know, 2350, and we would be able to find it that way. So like the major topic points. It's a really good point, Graham. We should be able to go back and look at those episodes and say, oh, remember when we talked about gold, you know, back in January, hitting that, you know. So yeah, I'd have to go look through all of January, and I did not title things like that. So moving forward, I will. That's a really good point, Graham. Thank you. Excellent point. Okay, so let's clear that data, clear those drawings. 15-minute on gold. Lot of downward movement here in this massive uptrend. When will gold break down here and recalculate? We're looking for a move somewhere down here. Okay. Down in this area. Why do we want it to pull back to this area? Well, it has to recalculate. If gold is going to continue to move up, this has to recalculate somewhere down here. Okay. Copper. Wow. So last night we were looking at copper here, Wednesday the 3rd, and we were saying, okay, it's got to pull back into this area, right? We drew it out. And here's the last time we talked about copper right here. What did it do? It just continued to move up. Now we're super extended. Where does it want to go? Down in here somewhere, right? And what are we doing? Wow, look at that. Even on the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart, we've recalculated, and now we're probably going to get a move down, right? We're cycling down. Look at how momentum is creeping towards that negative 100 right there, right? Creeping towards that negative 100 line right there. That's what we're looking for. Retesting. We don't quite have the momentum yet. So we don't know. Is it going to rejoin the trend and double top up here? In order to take this retest, we really need to see a break below negative 100. So maybe we're looking for this. Pulls back, breaks through structure, forms some kind of supply zone, and then retest the supply zone for the move down. As we get closer to breaking through here, breaking through that negative 100, that's when we can start looking for the big move down past that 50. Because there's plenty of money to be made from this area all the way down to here. Silver, same thing. 1 hour chart has gone extended. Oh, that's pretty clear. Now look at what's going on with silver. Extended trend. Get rid of this. It's very possible we can take this extended trend here. We're probably cycling down as well. Okay, we're still cycling up. All right, so this might just go sideways here on that cycle indicator. We have momentum across multiple time frames on silver, don't we? 4 hour chart is up, which means we want to pull back somewhere in this area. Cycling down, momentum is down, right? Momentum is down on the 1 hour chart, starting to break below the opening range. Do we see any opportunity here? Okay, let's turn this off. We might be able to get in on a big move on silver here because silver is real expensive. Okay. I don't see anything on the 15-minute chart here. We want to make money from this area down to here. Right? And we see, we do see this super close, right? That's a very strong demand zone right there. That's a very strong demand zone. We're almost there. ADR checkpoint, your very first ADR checkpoint. Okay. We need to break below that line. We've got momentum on our side. We've got an extended trend. Okay. I would like to wait for cycle indicator to get back above that 70 line so that we have a nice long cycle down into this area today. So if we can get a retest, of this area here, or put in a 7th wave, okay, we'll have a good shot at pulling down into this area. But we'd have to get through this. We would have to get through this demand zone. So we are not there yet. So let's put an alert. Let's see if we can get an alert as it's breaking above here. Add alert. Crossing up. What is that? Electronic trading hours. Okay. I'm not sure what that means. Silver. Supply zone. There we go. So we'll get an alert to our phone. That will send an alert right to our phone, and we'll be aware. We can watch it. Platinum. A lot of downward momentum on platinum. Upward trend, downward momentum, nothing is extended. So we still have, we could still have some sideways movement here maybe with all this downward momentum. Where do we want to go? We want to come pull back into TrendCloud here on that high time frame. Okay? It's all the same. It's always the same story. It's always the same procedure. Uptrend, when you're cycling down in an uptrend, you're looking for that trend cloud because that's where price likes to bounce out of. See right here, bounce out of trend cloud. Well, we just have to assume that it's going to do that every single time. That's how you stick to an objective plan. That's how you stick to an objective plan. Pulls back, bounces out. Okay. What do we have down here? 1 hour chart. We've got this. Quite a ways. That's quite a ways down. Okay. What else should we look at? Japanese yen here. Japanese yen. Same story. It's always the same story. Japanese yen pulling back into, retesting this area here. What a mess. Look at that. Yikes. Take a close look at that lower time frame. Get rid of this. That's very difficult to trade, isn't it? I mean, look at this. Zoink. What's this candle telling us right here? This candle is telling us that it tried to break out to the upside. A lot of people came in, buyers, buy, 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 buy. There were a ton of sellers up here, and that's why you get that candle. That's exactly what, candlestick patterns are meant to show you. So we know right in here, right? That's where this thing hit. And look at this. Hit, hit, hit. Resistance, 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 pull back, right? Resistance. Broke through. Can color those supply zones like that to, yeah, look at that. Look how powerful, you know. But that's one observation, okay? That's only one observation. So a lot of times what you'll do is you'll make an observation and you'll say, wow, look at that. Look how price just came up in here. And, you know, that's, you could do that, right? You could do that. But that's looking at one time frame, and you're not looking at momentum. You're not looking at trend really. You're just looking at that one time frame. As a beginner, that's very easy, right? This is very easy to see. So that's why beginners like that. And they say, well, I'm just going to do this, and it never usually, it never, very rarely works out where you do this all the time and, and you make consistent profits. Very rarely. It's just one observation. Oh, but look at how it reacts to, yeah, it's just one observation though. Right? We've got two downtrends. We like that. We're cycling down. Momentum is kind of flat to the upside. We're starting to break through. We're starting to break through positive 100 here. Right? We want to pull back into these supply zones with downward momentum. We want to pull back into these supply zones with downward momentum. And so as of right now, like we still have it, right? Here's breaks below, pulls back to the zero line, goes down, breaks above. Now we're real close. We're real close to the zero, to positive 100 here. And we do have upward momentum on the high time frame. Starting to hook up on K. So, we might be, this corrective move might still be in play here. Right? British pound. All right, here we go. We just broke through the, right? We had a downtrend. We just broke to the upside. Right? We're starting to pull back with a lot of upward momentum, right? Where does this thing want to pull back to? On the high time frame. Wants to pull back to some level of support, right? Some level of support. Upward momentum, pulling back. Where is that? Right. Okay, 15-minute chart. There's your zones right there. See, even though we boxed out the support levels on the highest time frame, the small patterns on the lower time frame appear, right? We don't have it here. You know, the next one down is all the way here, right? But then we're asking the 1 hour chart to go all the way back down here and break through all that structure. We don't want that. If this is going to work, we want it to work in this area here, not down here in this area. We want it to work in this area right here. Right. That's what we're looking at. So we'll leave that. We'll leave that alone. Okay. This is all sideways action, right? This is all consolidation. We did form a drop base rally right in here. Okay. We did form that. Which one is it going to be? You'll never know. Going to pull back to here, or is it going to pull back to here? If it pulls back to this, that means it's pulling back into the 1 hour trend cloud. That's understandable. We like that. And it looks like this right here is also a support level, right? Previous resistance becomes support, right? It's possible. It's possible that this would work. Take a small risk. Down here. Right. That's how you can set your trades up. You can set your trades up just like that. Or you can just wait for one of them. You know, if you're going to take both, zones, then, you know, you've got to take the small risk, right? Nothing over 1% of your total account value. The pullback into this demand zone, you're pulling back in an uptrend with momentum on your side, right? Now we're starting to flash red here, but you're still in an uptrend. Okay, that is the logic behind taking these trades. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. All right, everybody. Good job today. And I'll see everybody tomorrow, and we'll see if we can get some of these trades going. We are in the new trading challenge. Okay, so set your paper trading account back to whatever you want. I would keep it a realistic number. Okay, if you're going to be trading a $5,000 account in the live market, then set your trading account, your paper trading account to 5,000, and then take the trades that are appropriate to your risk tolerance. And then practice that way. That is how you get consistent. That's how you get mentally prepared for the live market. Do not trade a $500,000 account in the simulator if you're going to only trade a $20,000 account in the live market. Don't trade a $100,000 account if you're only going to trade a $5,000 account in the simulator, in the live market, right? Whatever you trade in, whatever you're going to trade in the live market, that's what you trade in the simulator. Okay? Whatever number that is, make it the same. All right? Okay, everybody. Good job. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a good one.